What's good, team? It is MurderInc back again with the Raid Shadow Legends video. We got a lot to talk about. So, Maranix, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I have done no research, not even looked at this fusion at all. Now, with this fusion coming to an end, I feel like I'm not even gonna go over it. You guys have already made up your mind if you're going to fuse it, if you're going to skip it. I want to know what you guys think though, because like I said, I'm just not even gonna waste my time going after this champion. I mean, I don't really do fusions anyways because they haven't been, I don't know, they haven't really popped for me and for many players, of course. But what do you guys think? I mean, she looks cool. I'll give her that. She looks cool. She got the 2 daggers on the side here. I know there's a few hex interactions. The base speed looks pretty decent, but were you guys going to use her? Did you fuse her to begin with? Is it one of those things where you look at fusions as it's there, so why not do it? I get that approach for sure. I think quite a few players do approach it that way, but the bigger thing to talk about is going to be the Halloween fusion. Now, Plarium has a pretty decent track record for fusions around this time. If you've been playing for a long time, you already know that. This is where it starts to ramp. End of October, I mean, I could say middle, but for the sake of this fusion and what I briefly looked at, it wasn't impressive. We're going to say the end of October. We're going to say November for sure. December, January, of course, and then February is arguably, I mean, you can try to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure if you look at every single fusion, the best fusion this game has ever seen to date have been in these next upcoming months. So the question is going to be, how good is this Halloween fusion going to be? And what kind of champion do you guys need? So I'm just going to put this out there. I'm pretty sure I say this every single time. We don't need another nuker. We don't. There are so many champions that come out that I almost feel like it's a cop-out if I have to say this champion does a lot of damage, right? We have so many champions of all of the factions we have in this game that do a lot of damage. AoE, single target, we have that. I want to see something new. Now, one champion that really grabbed my attention when I was thinking about this is going to be Astralon. I think a champion like Astralon can be good. I may be thinking, wait, Murder, hold on. You just said we don't need another nuker, and you're talking about Astralon. I am, but if you know about this guy, the stun is really good on him, right? He has great synergy, of course, with his partner champion, but with all of that aside, I wouldn't mind a fusion that has an AoE CC that goes up to 100% chance. I think those champions are very strong for this game. Crowd control is a benefit through so many different spots in this game. I don't want to see another clan boss champion. I know clan boss is very popular, but we just have so many. And the thing with clan bosses, these are champions that are going to eventually get vaulted. I hate to say it, I really do. Yes, Helicath was great. But if you've been playing this game for long enough, you have Bad Eater. You have some form of Bad Eater, some form of Unkillable that works for every single affinity. It may be boring. I think it's boring, Unkillable, but it is what it is. It's quick, it's efficient, and once you get to that stage in this game, you're just going to bench all champions like Helicath. Perhaps moving, I mean, he's not a good example because you can definitely use him in other spots. We see him in Doom Tower, some of the Doom Tower bosses in the waves as well, and he has other uses for sure, but I really don't want another clan boss champion. I don't think we need another poisoner, and I don't think we need another arena champion. So with that being said, of course, as always, I want your guys' feedback on what you want for a fusion, but Halloween time. Okay, that's going to be the theme here. The last one we got was Vlad. I know I talked about Vlad and I guess Constantine. We didn't get Constantine. He was released to the game. You could have pulled him. He's not terrible, but the main focus is going to be Undead, right? Yeah, Vlad here. Vlad wasn't a terrible champion. This is kind of like, I don't know, is this Dracula? It kind of reminds me of the like Dracula Untold version of Dracula, not the real Dracula. Don't even want to say it reminds me of like an Alucard type character. That would be a good champion, Alucard. Like the reverse light dragon, Plarium. Hey, I mean, I know you already have the fusion crafted, created, lined up. Maybe for next Halloween we can get Alucard if you guys are a fan of it. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. It is what it is. But who do we have left as far as a creature for Halloween that could be good? So of course the champion concept, and then like I said, what about his kit? Could it be a block damage champion? Maybe. people are focusing on the Iron Twins slowly as far as getting to those end stages, farming the soul stones. So now that we have the unkillable nerf, we are allowed to use block damage, so that could be an angle for sure. Decrease speed, having synergy with something like the Iron Twins. Maybe they thought of that. I kind of stopped hoping for them giving us fusions that correlated to the content we have that was just released, because while they've tried to do this, it's been more miss than hit, as the saying goes, hit or miss. They've definitely been more on the miss side as far as trying to release champions with the purpose of being for certain content. It's almost always the case when they try to do that, that players theory craft and figure out other content where they shine much more, and that's the beauty of Raid, right? It's such a customizable game. So some themes of champions that we could be getting, I don't know, I don't think we have a ghost champion, to be honest. Harvest Jack was great. I was actually just thinking about him the other day here. I mean, this guy, I think we could use a champion like him. He's got awesome CC, awesome debuffs, even decreased speed, has interactions with getting hit. HP-based champion, not another attack-based champion. So, I don't know. I was literally just thinking about this guy. So, a champion like Harvest Jack would be great for a fusion for sure. I mean, I guess Rotos is a ghost. I'm pretty sure he was released in like February, so that wasn't a Halloween thing, even though they kind of have a Halloween vibe to them. But I don't know, I'm just thinking off of my head. We don't have like a Jeepers Creepers type champion, of course, or we do have Freddy. We have Freddy. He's an epic, right? There's no way I'm going to find him. I'm terrible with remembering what faction players. Night Revenant, maybe? Do I get lucky here? Do I get lucky? I mean, I'm probably going to pass him. So if it's not Night Revenant, it's definitely going to be, I mean, surely, right? Demon Spawn? What else could he be? Okay, he's not here either. I'm panicking. We're live. We're recording. What else could he be? Dark Elf? Surely not a Dark Elf. Madame Ceres? I mean, do I think we're ever going to get a champion as good as Madame Ceres again? I don't. Honestly, for an epic, I think Plarium kind of like played with how good epics can be, and I think Madame Ceres, Seer, those are the early champions they released. They kind of set the bar, and Plarium was like, okay, you know what, maybe we're going to dial things back just a little bit. And I mean, at this point, I'm positive that I already passed this. Oh, Bannerlord? Could be a Bannerlord. Yeah, so if he's not here, I'm pretty positive that I did already pass the champion. You guys can scream at me in the comment. Okay, he's right in front of me. So Fearmonger, is this a Jason type character? Kind of. He's not a legendary, so we could get a Jason legendary, but Freddy Krueger, there are just so many options they can kind of go for with the Halloween themed champion. What is it going to be? I don't know. I would kind of like, I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that would be kind of cool. Adding a chainsaw champion to the game. Then again, what's he gonna do if it is? He's going to deal big damage. I mean, how can you have a chainsaw and not be some type of champion that deals a stupid amount of damage? What I would really like, and I'm kind of, you can tell I'm spitballing this right here, is one of the main problems with Fire Knight is good luck making a team without a lure. What better holiday than Halloween to add a champion? I mean, I don't know, maybe this is a stretch, but the Fire Knight always struck me as like the Halloween dungeon. I don't know what it is about the Fire Knight that makes it give me that Halloween vibe. Maybe you guys disagree, but we need a champion like Allure that has something in their kit that does what she does. Decreasing turn meter with an A1, make it a 4-hit, make it a 5-hit. Would that be OP? I guess, but if it's a fusion, most players are going to have it that are playing right now. It's going to give something for Plarium to give players where we can look forward to it, right? I don't think there's been a really exciting fusion for all players, keyword here, all players, for a very long time. 1 year, 2 years. Now you can say Helicath was good, we've had great fusions in the past, but like I said, the last time I can remember one that was just for all champions, I don't know. Was it Tormund? Was it Rotos? Was it definitely not Sir Nicholas? That's like way old in the beta stages, but we've had a lot of really, I mean, Brachus was great. He was such a fun champion to play with. Harvest Jack, like I mentioned earlier, and I know I'm going to be missing some really good champions along the way. Gerptuck was a great fusion around this time, I'm pretty sure, but even backtracking past Vladimir, I believe Vergumkar, Elegias, or Elegias, however you want to say it, those were other Halloween area. I mean, Elegias, of course. He kind of fits the aesthetic for sure. I don't know what they were trying to replicate as far as the character goes, but he was the Halloween fusion. He was good. I'm pretty sure he was better received than Vlad was, even though Vlad was found to have more uses after the fact. But, and kind of just a side note, I'm pretty sure we got Ursuga a year or 2 years ago for Halloween around this time, and Ursuga's fantastic. But so maybe we do get some really cool champions, even if they aren't part of the fusion pool. But I do think there's a lot of really good potential for Halloween time. I think they can make, I mean, we all know how good the graphics are. For Raid Shadow Legends, they do a good job on their champions. Do their skills and their kits always make sense? No, it is what it is. But I'm kind of leaning more towards a Harvest Jack type champion. I think that would be perfect for the players as of right now, based on that past. I would love to see, and I really hope they haven't gone away from giving a champion that's going to be quite a bit better than average for every single player, not just really hone in on the early game, mid game, and I guess you can say even early stages of late game player base, even though it is the majority. I think it's been quite some time. Like I said, you guys can give me examples if I forgot, that they gave a fusion that really made an impact for the entire player base here. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. So I left a lot, right? That's a lot to talk about. And I mean, I haven't made a video in quite some time here, so there were a few things to unpack, of course. Starting with this fusion, which is a big one, and all past fusions as well. So there's a lot to comment about. So definitely give me your thoughts and feedback on that. I am curious, as always, especially whenever taking a decent break from YouTube overall. I want to see the feedback, how things change from the viewers' perspectives as far as what they need here. Because Plarium, not to bash on them 24/7, but they do put decent amount of effort into figuring out what the players want. Like I said, hit or miss. They usually miss quite often, but they at least do put the effort. I do see some of the talks and the typing behind the scenes, which is nice that they do care, but they do have to start delivering at some point. And like I said, we're in that part of the year where there's going to be the best champions we should see out of the entire year in this segment of the next 2, 3, 4 months coming up. So I'm pretty excited to see what they announce, and hopefully you guys are too. So that is going to conclude this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy my content. If you do, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, turn the notification bell so you don't miss my next upload, and I will see you all in the next video.